Leasing is the risk-free way to get a new Toyota at Pinehurst Toyota. When your lease is up, you could actually make a profit, or you can just turn it in and walk away. Plus, you can get a nicer vehicle for less money. Find out more at PinehurstToyota.com.
We took our signature sandwich and pumped up the bass. With bacon and cheese, it's the new Signature Club, remixed by Zaxby.
The Zaxby's Coaches Show, brought to you by Legacy Commercial and Residential Construction, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Zaxby's Friends, Family, Flavor. With your host, Chris Delambert, only on the NFHS Network, brought to you by New Image Media.
Welcome to the Zaxby's Coaches Show. I feel like it's been a million years since I was in front of this camera, and it almost has been. I am joined tonight by Brandon Shields, sales representative here at Pinehurst Toyota. Tell me about yourself, since we met like 45 seconds ago.
Absolutely. Well, I've been here at Pinehurst Toyota now for 3.5 years.
Okay.
Just jumped into the car business, man. I was cooking at Waffle House on third shift, and they said, "Where can I get paid and talk?" So
I like it. That's kind of how I wound up in this seat right here. Where can I talk and get paid? It's pretty cool. So you've been in the car business 3.5 years. What changes have you seen over the course of the time that you've been out here doing this?
Well, when I first started, it was a real dogfight. You know, it was every dealership had tons of cars. You know, then the market changed. You know, lack of inventory, and then it really came down to selling 40 to 50 grand on a sheet of paper. You know, vehicles that no one has ever seen before, and you know, just.
Do you think that's the new normal? I mean, I've been all over the place, and sort of the same story with the larger dealerships is, you know, you're going to have to go online, find what you want, have it shipped. Is that become the new norm?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much. We're starting to get more inventory in now, so I guess the market is kind of normalizing, I guess, but still tough. You know?
So if I come out here and I'm a blank slate, I don't have any inclination to buy anything in particular, where are you taking me first? What's hot?
Well, first I would ask you, how are you going to use the next vehicle?
All right.
You know, what vehicle suits your lifestyle? If you drive a lot, or if you need a pickup truck or something, you know, or going off what you're already driving. If you like what you already drive, I'll try to keep you in that same realm.
Okay. I mean, do you have, though, do you have a personal favorite where, you know, if you see me coming, you're like, you size me up?
Yes.
What are you going to put me in?
2023 Tundra.
Tundra
or Tacoma.
All right. I can dig that. What's your biggest seller here in Pinehurst?
Well, now we're shifting more towards selling a lot of hybrids.
Okay.
You know, when gas prices went up, it just shocked everybody.
Yep.
You know, so a lot of people started trading in their big trucks, 4Runners, and started getting Priuses and, you know, Camrys, you know, for more.
Amazing amazing impact of gas prices. So where's Toyota at on the spectrum? You know, some of the car companies are all in. You got, you know, obviously you've got electric companies, but it seems like the hybrids and the move toward electric vehicles is there. Where's Toyota at now, and what's the future look like for them?
Well, we just left a Toyota seminar up in Raleigh probably about 3 weeks ago, and they were saying more or less around 2023 to 2024, 65% of our sales is going to be hybrid vehicles.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you, I want to nerd out too bad, but I read a study not long ago that was done by the oil industry. They said that 2019 was the highest oil consumption we'll ever have in the history of the planet. And part of that is driven by the fact that consumers are moving to hybrids. It's interesting. I've been out there and I've test driven a couple of different hybrids, and the next vehicle I buy will probably be electric or hybrid, but for right now, I'm going to keep driving that gas guzzler until the wheels come off of it. So we're good. But when I do and I'm ready, I'll come right here to see you, man.
I appreciate that.
All right, Brandon, it was good to meet you.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Anything you want to add with regard to Pinehurst Toyota, football, or anything in general?
Well, if you're in the market for a vehicle, come on down to see Shields and Deals. We'll take care of you. Let's go for a ride.
I love it. You're watching the Zaxby's Coaches Show. We'll be back on the other side. I think Hector Perez is up next from Zaxby's.
At King Law Firm, we draft wills and healthcare power of attorney to protect individuals' wishes. Call King Law Firm today. The call is free, the consultation is free, the advice is priceless. King Law Firm, we fight to make it right.
At the Shed Depot of North Carolina, we believe there's a better way to buy a shed. One where all the selection, all the quality, and all the service are in one place to make your buying experience easier. Visit our sales center located just off US Highway 1 in Sanford, or get started today at ShedDepotNC.com to view in-stock models or to design your perfect shed using our 3D design tool.
All right, I was checking out the Shed Depot ad there as we came back in, man. Have you been out to their lot to check that out?
No, I haven't.
Wow. Be careful, man. If you go out there, you're liable to buy something.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you think about sheds and you're thinking about, where do I put my lawnmower? Man, you can go out there and have yourself a bar built, basically a spare room off the house. They're bananas, and they'll build whatever you want. It's really crazy. Check it out.
I might have to put one on.
But if I'm shopping for a shed, I'm going to Shed Depot. If I'm shopping for a chicken sandwich, I'm going to see you.
There we go.
What's up, man? It seems like we don't go very often in the fall where we don't see each other for a few weeks, man.
Yeah,
I've missed you.
Right? Yeah, I know. It's been a while. I did 5K. That was fun.
How'd that work out, man?
Look, the grass it's in an apple orchard, so the grass is like high, and every step you take, it's just wet.
Did you win your age group?
No comment.
Come on. The more important question, did you bring my blue golf hat?
No, I'm actually disappointed because the website right now is down for us, and I can't even order stuff for myself. I'm reusing the same hat.
Oh, Hector, I thought we were better than that, man.
I know. I thought they were better than that.
All right, so I missed Trunk or Treat, man. I missed the recap.
Yeah,
How'd that go?
That was really
You were
fun.
at Harley Davidson in Fayetteville, right?
God, yeah, that was really fun. I had to set up there by 10 just to make sure we were good and ready for 11 o'clock, and went from 11 to 3. I was there from 11 to 12:30.
Nice.
They ran me dry. I mean, people were just coming and coming.
Oh, so you ran out of candy at 12:30?
Oh, yeah, and
Come on, man.
I wasted $200 on candy, man.
Wow.
I didn't think it would go that fast, but I was being generous, so I was just like, here you go, here you go,
Wow.
here you go. And it just ran out really fast.
All right, fair enough. So any new promotions, any new news out of the chicken world?
God, no, they're keeping me in the they're just lost. I want to know what's coming.
Me too.
I mean, right now, the biggest tickets item for everyone has been the loaded fries. I mean, we're running out of bacon every once in a while, and when people can't have their bacon, it just...
You can't run out of bacon, man. Don't let that happen.
Yes.
But you're not on the distribution and supply side. You're on the marketing side. So if you do go to a Zaxby's and they happen to run out of bacon or anything else, not this guy's fault.
Not my fault.
Wasn't Hector. Any events coming up?
You know what? I know we're going to be doing a bigger sponsorship in the Fayetteville area for the Stars and Stripes and Guitars event.
Okay.
And I believe, for the most part, we're just concentrating really on catering for the rest of the year, making sure that everyone's got their food for the holidays.
All right. Thanksgiving's coming up. Christmas follows on. Going to be houses full of people. Of course, you have your I'm not telling people that they ought to get Zaxby's for Thanksgiving dinner, although I can think of worse ideas. But, on Saturday, when everybody's still hanging out, can't think of anything better than having catered Zaxby's at the house.
That is true. A little recipe you want to put together: mashed potatoes, some hot, chicken fingers from Zaxby's.
Give me notes.
And then you just use your leftover gravy. It tastes great. I thought it wouldn't taste good, but my God, it tastes great. So there's a suggestion.
Suggestion?
A suggestion. There we go. That you could do. Sorry, it's a Tuesday. You'd think I'd be better off on a Tuesday.
You don't need to make any excuses. I'm feeling you, man. Thank you again, and as always, to Zaxby's and all the support they lend to our coverage and to high school sports in general in the region. Hector,
appreciate it.
I will see you at least one more time this year.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited for Lee County and Pinehurst.
Lee County, Pinehurst, still rolling. Scotland's out there, too. Don't want to leave them out of it.
True.
But at least one more week. Hopefully we get 3 or 4 more. We'll see how it shakes out, man.
Hopefully it goes well.
Been good hanging out.
Been good.
See you soon, buddy.
See you guys.
We took our signature sandwich and pumped up the bass. With bacon and cheese, it's the new Signature Club, remixed by Zaxby's.
Buy your next new or used car the way you want to buy with the Pinehurst Toyota Smart Buy program. Visit PinehurstToyota.com and choose or build the vehicle you want. Try the Pinehurst Toyota Smart Buy. It's the easiest way to buy your next new or used car.
Legacy Commercial and Residential Construction. From concept to design, constructed to fit your lifestyle. We use only top quality finishes to make our house your home. Legacy Commercial and Residential Construction. The Sandhills residential and commercial builder of choice.
All right, welcome back to the Zaxby's Coaches Show, joined by the first of a couple of coaches tonight, Jason Trousdale, one of my favorite human beings, and certainly one of my favorite high school football coaches. Given that we're a couple weeks from the last show, I'm not going to pretend to go back to any particular game. I just want to talk about the season more holistically.
Sure.
Certainly on paper, black and white, not the record you would have wanted to have.
Right.
There were some highlights and some low points. Let's talk about your takeaway 10 years from now when you think back to the 22 version of this Union Pines Vikings squad. What are going to be your fondest memories?
Well, first of all, the seniors, 22 seniors, 23 graduated seniors. Talked to those guys back in November of last year, so over a year ago now, and I brought them all in, talked to them. I had them write a bunch of goals on the card and just, where are you guys at? Told them it was their team. I've coached them a bunch of years, and at the end of the day, the teams that do really well are those teams that come together, and I'll remember those kids. There's for those kids that didn't have a weight training class last fall, we opened the weight room early for those guys, and they bought in. And those guys, some of them will be on the set tonight. They were tremendous for us, both as leaders and just good human beings. So I'll remember that, in the 10 years. If I'm fortunate enough to be here in 10 years from now, I'll be pretty old at that point, but I'll definitely remember this team for sure. They worked their butts off, and they put in a lot of effort.
So beyond what happens X's and O's wise and regardless of the record and what happens, winning and losing ball games, the most important role that high school football coaches play is in shepherding the growth and development of the young men that are around them.
Sure.
So we talk about that all the time. We talk about the emphasis. If you were to sit back and reflect about your personal growth, how are you a better coach today than you were 365 days ago?
I'm a lot more patient guy than I was set aside 365. Go back 4 or 5 years ago. I can't even think, if you go back even 20 years ago when I was a first-time head coach, I wouldn't have been able to manage some of the situations that I was able to manage, and basically be the patient guy, not say as much. I had a lot of thoughts in my mind, but that's one thing that I'm real proud of. I'm able to stand up and sit in front of my team and tell them everybody that matters is the people that are in here, and it doesn't matter what people say outside. It's just what you guys believe in, and that's what I'm really proud of as a coach, is to continue to more or less evolve, and those that matter, that we know who they are, and the ones that don't, pray for them too.
I hear you. So your MO is to sort of pass the team to the seniors, allow them to establish the goals year by year. So you'll be going through that process as we move through the future. But as you sit here today, I know that you're already looking ahead to what next year is going to look like. I'm sure you're working on scheduling for next year. Your schedule locked in yet? Are you still looking for games?
Yeah, right now our schedule is, our non-conference schedule is, we open up with Triton at home, and then we have Northwood on the road, and then we're at Western Harnett week 3, and then we host Randleman to close out the non-conference.
I love that you guys are playing Northwood. That's a good geographic matchup. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm sure that you're looking ahead, and it's too early to talk nuts and bolts, and I wouldn't want you to tip your hand anyway. What's the offense going to look like? What are we going to do? Are we going to run the same thing? We're going to stay wide zone. But as you sit here today, what would you say your personal goals are for 23?
We got to score more points. It's plain and simple.
Bottom line, huh?
That's, I thought we played really well down the stretch defensively, offensively. I don't know. I'm not going to detail what it was, but we got to do a better job of of scoring points, whatever that looks like. You know, I look at it as, you know, this will be my third year coming back, and I'm an offensive predicated guy, and the fact that we haven't done too well in these first 2 years is I take it to heart. So it's gonna be a off season that we're gonna try to figure things out offensively, because I think if we do, you know, we're gonna be a much more balanced football team.
All right. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back. And I'm not sure how many players you've got with you, but we're going to recognize all of them that you brought. You're watching Zaxby's Coaches Show. I'm Chris. This is Coach. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you're greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. Hi, I'm David Fashee, and we are First Bank.
Legacy Commercial and Residential Construction. From concept to design, constructed to fit your lifestyle. We use only top quality finishes to make our house your home. Legacy Commercial and Residential Construction. The Sand Hills residential and commercial builder of choice.
Legal matters involving the family can be emotionally draining, complex, and difficult for all involved. Call the highly skilled attorneys at King Law Firm today. The call is free, the consultation is free, the advice is priceless. King Law Firm, we fight to make it right.
All right, welcome to the Zaxby's Coaches Show. No offense, Coach, but this is the fun part of the show. We get to give out some hardware.
Love it.
We got two strapping young men here with us and we're recognizing them for their work 2 weeks ago in the Pinehurst game. So first, before we get to that, talk a little bit about Pinehurst, what happened on the field, what your takeaways were, and then you can introduce these young men. I know that was a lot of things I just said.
Yeah, so Pinehurst, obviously, they won the conference. They never trailed in any games. It's one of the things that we talked to the players about during the week was, let's get ahead of this football team. They're really good. They've been good for a while. They do a really good job coaching, and we knew that we'd have to play our best football to have a chance going into that game. So fortunately enough, we were able to stay in the game early on. We were able to hold them a field goal. On the first drive of the game, we had some opportunities to keep the game within one possession. Late in the second quarter, just, you know, things didn't happen the way we needed to have them happen. But, you know, we held them to 24 points. That's the lowest point total that they had in the conference play. So I thought we did a pretty good job with that. I do know that, you know, the kids were fired up all week about playing them. Obviously, it's a neighborhood rival. But you know, they're a really good football team. They're still playing. Congrats to them. Congrats to them for winning the conference. They're a well-deserved team. Coach Eddins did a hell of a job, and staff as well. Nothing but kudos to them, and hopefully they continue to win.
All right, so first question. I kind of got a different perspective that weekend because I was out sick, and I watched part of the telecast of the game, and it kind of I guess there's some solace to be taken in that you were in a lot of games in the second half, but it just so many times it didn't break your way. Yeah. What's the takeaway from that? I mean, do you feel good about it in the fight that you guys showed, or is it just that much more frustrating where you prefer something different?
I think you obviously feel good that you fought the way we did. The fact that you're still in the game, that means you should be coaching regardless of the score, but you know, you feel like you have an opportunity to stay in games and win games. Unfortunately for us, you know, those games were close, but at the end of the day, you know, we got worn down by teams that were a little bit more physical, had a little bit more depth, and at the end of the day, we know that, and we're going to continue to get better. Frustrated, obviously. I wouldn't be doing this here. I don't go to a game to coach to lose, I can promise you that. And, you know, the fact of the matter is, you know, our kids showed a lot of heart, showed a lot of determination throughout the season, and I'm proud to talk about the young men that I have here on set.
All right, well, do that.
All right, first of all, we got to my left here, Mr. Owen St. John. Owen is actually came back to football last year from this year. He played some defensive line for us this year. Owen came to me and said, Coach, just want to be on the field. So put him in as a defensive lineman. Did a heck of a job for never playing. Fortunate enough, he's also really pretty good at quarterback. So, we had Ben Finkelstein got hurt right before the Holt game, and Ben played till halftime and couldn't grip the football no more. Owen came in, did an admirable job, came right in, threw touchdown pass to Ethan in the Holt game. Also played pretty well against Southern Lee and played well in the Pinehurst game. I think he had over 100 yards passing, the touchdown to E, and had a nice run down the sidelines. And I got on him early about he should have took off earlier on a boot play, but I'll tell you, for not getting a ton of reps in practice, he did really well.
You play baseball?
No, sir.
You might have the biggest arm in the entire conference. So where does that come from? I mean, what sports did you play growing up?
I've only played basketball and football my whole life.
Okay. Yeah, we were impressed from the first time we saw you unleash one. Coach, can you get him? I mean, can he come correspondence for a couple more years or something?
I mean, I'd love to have Owen back. I mean, I'll tell you,
work something out.
He really grew in my eyes this last year. I'm really proud of him, the young man that he's become. And, he's a really big kid that he did well for us.
He's easy to spot on tape. That's for sure.
That's for sure. He is a big boy.
All right, and on defense,
and I've got here is Austin Morin. Austin played inside linebacker for us this year and outside linebacker. If we wanted to put him at safety, he could probably do that too. Really great athlete. He could probably play some offense for us a little bit next year. I don't know, maybe that could happen. Maybe it won't. But I'll tell you, he, as far as his fluidity, he's a sideline to sideline player. Hopefully we can get him back to come back next year because he's got some outstanding opportunity to be a really, really good football player for us. And he played well against Pinecrest. He had 8 tackles, 5 of which were solo, and he's all over the ball. He's a coach's dream as far as getting after the football. Love to have him. Great kid, comes from a good family. I don't know if you want me to say anything more.
All right, Coach said you do a lot of things and are capable of doing a lot of things. If you could choose one position, one thing you were going to do on the football field, what would it be?
Definitely defense.
Defense, but what position? Would you play inside? Would you play outside? Would you play in secondary?
I like outside.
Okay.
I just feel like I'm not really bulky enough for inside, and I feel like I fit better at outside linebacker.
You feel like you're better with run fits or in coverage?
Probably coverage, but I can do run fits too.
All right, very cool. Coach, anything else you'd like to add?
No, just really happy to have these kids. It's great to talk about these young men on set. Unfortunately, Owen will be leaving us as a senior. Excited about having Austin come back for his senior year. We'll be meeting here in a timely fashion to talk about the upcoming season.
All right, well, guys, these are your Legacy Construction Players of the Week trophies. And to go with that, $25 gift cards from Zaxby's, about a couple of meals. Hector says try the loaded fries. He said that's where it's at, so check them out. And if you haven't already, download the app because you can stretch your bucks a little bit there. Coach, we'll take a break. We'll be back. We got another week to cover, right? Still a little foggy. I'm working it out, though. I'm Chris. This is Coach. This is Zaxby's Coach's Show. We'll see you on the other side.
Jen Ritchie and her staff at Everything Pines can show you all that Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen, and Bass have to offer. A trusted real estate professional with over a decade of experience. Each client receives a customized marketing plan featuring professional photography, drone footage, and floor plans designed just for them. For more information, go to everythingpinespartners.com. check out one of the hundreds of reviews. Everything Pines, showcasing the Sand Hills.
Welcome back to the Zaxby's Coaches Show. Coach, I've lost track of my weeks. What week are we talking about now?
We're still talking about the Pinehurst week. We have right here to my right, we have our special teams player of the week.
All right, and our scholar athlete then, right?
And this young man's our scholar athlete. Yep.
Right.
So our special teams guy here is Cannon John. He kicked for us, came out for the first time this year. Did a really good job. He's a soccer guy. Wish we had him full time, but he did a really good job for us kicking off. In the Pinecrest game, he had an onside kick. It was one of the nicest onside kicks that I've seen in some time. We were able to recover it. Unfortunately, we didn't score, but Cannon has a 4.4 something GPA. Just very intelligent kid, very yes sir type of kid. Comes from good family. Pleasure to have him. Sad it's only 1 year, but at least we were fortunate enough to have him for that 1 year.
All right, Ken, let's talk about your soccer, man. What position do you play?
I play forward.
All right, so you play wing or you play in the middle as a striker?
It depends on the formation, usually in the middle.
What do you guys run at Union Pines?
It goes between a 3-5-2 and a 4-3-3.
All right. How many goals did you score during your high school career?
Career? I don't know what career. Season I had 8.
8? And how many games?
I don't know.
All right, man. 4.4. I figured you weren't past that test, man. You did okay. Excuse me. And your scholar athlete, coach.
Scholar athlete here is Ben Finkelstein. Don't have a lot of time to talk about him.
How's the hand?
It's getting better. It's still a little sensitive.
But. What are your plans academically after graduation?
Go to college and study at a four-year university.
You got it narrowed down? Any schools? You got an A list, B list, C list?
I got a couple that I'm thinking I'm probably going to go to, but I haven't decided on one yet.
All right. What field of study?
I like right now I'm looking at kinesiology.
All right. I'm not sure I can spell that, but I think I know what it means.
Such with a K. I do know that, and then ends with a Y.
Yes, perfect. Right. Perfect.
But yeah, Ben, coach, just a tremendous athlete for us. Wherever you want to play him, he could play offensive guard if he had to. He smiles, but I'm not kidding.
So that should be one of your goals next year, is to have a quarterback that gets reps at guard too, because I've never seen that. But it'd be cool.
I wonder if you can look in the book, see if you can hand it to him and then throw him. It'd be a good trick play.
I'm digging it. I'm waiting to see you diagram that up.
But no, we moved Ben to safety middle of the year. 30 tackles, an interception, a couple forces.
That's pretty fantastic.
Really good player.
Guys,
love him.
Congratulations. I know there were tough times this season, but you guys, anybody that knew anything about Union Pines football was impressed with the fight. You guys, I never saw a moment where there was any question that you guys were in it, and that's a testament to you guys and your mindset and the work ethic and the desire. So congratulations on this season and as a capper on your career in some of these cases. Coach, anything you'd like to add before we break?
No, just fortunate enough to coach both these two guys are seniors, and sad to see them go, but we're excited about their future as well.
All right. Again, guys, the hardware and the $25 Zaxby's gift cards. Thanks to our sponsors. Thank these guys for being here. That's what it's all about. We'll take another break, and we'll be back on the other side with more players and more hardware. All right, wait a minute. I got to clarify this, man. Ethan Biggs done everything for you on offense except play guard. I'm waiting on that next year. But you got in the book with a touchdown pass?
Yes, sir.
Man, how did I miss that? Now I got to go back and watch the tape, man. Golly. Okay, so talk about that a little bit.
So it was 7-7. That was a defensive battle.
So wait a minute. Not only threw a touchdown pass, he threw the game-winning touchdown pass.
With under a few minutes to play. Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, he came over the sideline, and we actually talked to Coach Tranel about can Tay kick this 30-some yarder and give us the lead, and we were thinking about that. And when we called timeout, we brought all the guys over the sideline. I looked at E, and I said, can you throw this ball? He said, sure, Coach, I can get it done. And sure enough, he did. He threw a beautiful pass to Oliver Cooper, who went up and grabbed it and secured the catch. I mean, that's just.
When was the last time you threw a touchdown pass?
It's probably been middle school days. Optimist.
All right. So what is the difference in feeling between running one in, whether it's on catch, run, return, versus throwing a touchdown pass? Is it just the same feeling, or is there any difference?
I mean, I honestly like running it in the end zone a little bit more because I feel like it kind of work to get in there.
Okay.
It just felt nice to throw it in the end zone for once.
All right. So great pass or great catch?
Both.
Very good.
Yeah, it was a great play.
And on the other side of the ball,
we have Christopher Gilbert is our captain. Was second in the conference in tackles this year. Senior, unfortunately, he won't be coming back unless we can get that COVID year. We'll try to apply for that or appeal. But Chris was awesome. He had 89 tackles this year. In this particular game, he had 11 or 12 tackles. I can't remember the exact count, but had 2 fumble recoveries. One I had said he was about ready to take it to the house. Sideline to sideline player, just like I talked about Austin before. If he wants to play collegiate football, he can definitely do it. There's no doubt about it. Give him a chance. Give him an opportunity. The kid works his butt off in the weight room. And he's a really good player, and he'll do what he's told most of the time. And he'll be a good program player for you if he decides to go that route.
All right, so second in the conference in tackles. I can think back a long time ago. I never was second in anything in tackles. But there's still, even all these years later, there are 2 or 3 tackles in my high school career that I remember vividly. What's the one tackle you can think of if I say what's that shot that you put on somebody? Either how hard you hit them or the situation or whatever. What's the tackle that sticks out in your mind?
So I guess for the past few years, the most memorable one I've had was on a kickoff against Anson. We onside kicked it. We did that every other kickoff. I took the kid's helmet off with this.
So very
for
solid.
Opening play of the game, just great feeling.
I'm 50 years old. The first tackle I think about in my entire life was on kickoff coverage, and I knocked somebody's helmet off. I still remember it all these years. You'll never forget it. Perfect. Coach, anything else you'd like to add?
I was going to say
and football's not supposed to be violent. Head injuries, blah, blah, blah.
He had a play against Mott Central late in that game where the quarterback was rolling left, and he was dropping in coverage. You know the play I'm talking about? Yeah. And the kid, he came up and he was looking to throw the football, and all of a sudden Chris came straight ahead at the kid, and I was like, this isn't going to be good for this kid. And he hit him, and I was glad to see that kid get up because that was one of the bigger hits that I had seen in some time. So,
all right, all the moms at home that are concerned about CT and the rest of that, it's really not that violent a game. It's not the hits aren't as hard as they look.
The head was out of the contact. There's actually more concussions in soccer than there is in football.
That is an actual fact.
So,
all right,
got a little tongue twister with that.
We got one more segment, Coach, and then I'm going to try and talk you into going to Wilmington with me this weekend to call a game.
I might do that.
We are watching Zaxby's Coaches Show. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. Hi, I'm David Fashee, and we are First Bank.
With our signature sandwich and pumped up the bass. With bacon and cheese, it's the new Signature Club, remixed by Zaxby's.
All right, welcome back to Zaxby's Coaches Show. Coach, one last group of players to recognize. Talk about these young men.
All right, to my left here, I got Tay Tranel. Tay, actually, we brought up as the 8-quarter guy for us. He was our center on JV and plays defensive end as well. Not only did he snap, he also kicked for us in the Southern League game. He actually recovered the fumble that led to the game-winning score. So he snaps the football, runs down there, the Southern League punt returner fumbles the football, and he jumps on the football. So not too shabby for a freshman. Really fortunate to have him coming back the next few years. The best part about Tay is he comes from a great family, and the most important thing is Tay is a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan, and that's why he's one of my biggest fans. So
nobody's perfect.
Tay's awesome, and he's a good student athlete, more importantly than anything. To my right here is Jordan Hoffman. Jordan is a junior. Jordan is pound for pound our strongest guy on our team.
He's the strongest guy at this table. I'm certain of that.
Yes, there's no question about that. I would argue with you about 20 years ago, but right now this young man is a beast. His bench is well over 300, squats well over 5, deadlifts, I don't know, truck. I mean, he's just a monster. And he has position flex. Like, he played some fullback for us last year. He's a really intelligent guy, 3.8 GPA or better. He actually played linebacker and some defensive line this year. We put him in at defensive line the last few games. In the Southern League game, he was just all over the place. He had over 10 tackles, forced fumbles, fumble recoveries, a couple sacks. He actually had the last sack to actually seal the deal for us. Just a tremendous motor. You know, he's a 4'7" kid, and just a great, really good kid. Excited about him coming back next year.
So talk
got a chance
about.
to be awesome.
I don't know if you were paying any attention when Coach and I were talking earlier, but one of the things that he does is kind of allows the seniors to sort of set goals and you know, figure out where the team is headed for next year. You're going to be part of that group. As we sit here today, what does next year look like for you from a goal standpoint?
I'm confident with how we're going to perform next year as a team. A lot of the guys, a lot of the younger guys are going to be moving up. There's going to be more chemistry between our players, so we'll all be able to connect and get after it.
All right, and you're one of those younger guys that's over there. One of the things that's kind of blown people away around the region with the Union Pines program is the size of that JV team. Sort of unprecedented to have as many. How many freshmen do you have on JV?
47.
47. These 4A schools that have got twice as many students, you guys don't have 40 freshmen in JV. What do you think, being a part of that group of freshmen, what do you think all the interest, where are all these people coming from? Why do we have so many kids down there on that JV team that want to be a part of this?
Well, I think it's just a nice place to be, and they want to be a part of the program that they're building here at Union Pines.
All right, so, you know, this being your first year in the program as a freshman, I'm sure that you had expectations coming in. What are those expectations, and are you satisfied? Have you gotten what you expected?
Yes, sir. Well, at first, this is my first year playing football, so...
Wait, it's his first year playing football, and he came up as an 8-quarter guy as a freshman?
He's a big-timer. Special talent.
That's pretty impressive.
His dad's played college football. So.
That's pretty impressive. All right. Continue. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Well, I know that my expectations weren't very high for myself as to be a starter and to move up to 8-quarter, and I was really surprised when I came in and I was starting already.
All right. So since you're still a work in progress as far as, you know, the coach is molding you, if Coach wasn't sitting here and he didn't hear, where would you tell me you think you will be playing 2 years from now? What's your position?
I'm hoping to focus on defensive end.
Okay.
And to really build on that, because I think I had a pretty good year this season.
All right, here's the secret, man. If you want to go to college, play ball, long snapping.
Yes, sir.
No matter what else you do, I'm dead serious about that.
And he can long snap.
I'm just saying,
I mean,
long snapping is something nobody else
snap.
can do and nobody wants to. Go to every camp, put in all the work.
Snapper.
You'll go play college ball.
For sure.
Regardless of everything else. But congratulations to you guys. Congratulations to the whole program. I love you guys. I love the fact that your colors are blue anyway. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's pretty color.
I know, Coach, there's been some highs, there's been some lows, but I know how much you care about this group of kids.
Sure do.
They reciprocate that. That's pretty obvious. And here's to a great 23 for those of you guys that come back. Coach, you got anything you want to add as we wrap and put a bow on the season?
Yeah, I just want to thank all my coaches that stood by us through thick and thin, and then the administration for being there for us. And then finally, last but surely not least, my wife Amy, who is the rock in my life, and my two beautiful daughters. So appreciate everything they've done for me.
All right, Coach, we'll talk real soon. Guys, congratulations to all of you. We will take a break. This has been the Union Pines Vikings half of the show. You're watching the Zaxby's Coaches Show. I'm Chris, this is Coach, and this is a whole bunch of Vikings. Tough guys. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
Legacy Commercial and Residential Construction. From concept to design, constructed to fit your lifestyle. We use only top quality finishes to make our house your home. Legacy Commercial and Residential Construction. The Sand Hills residential and commercial builder of choice.
At Ace, your backyard is right in our backyard. So when you need to feed your grass, remove the weeds, or wrangle those leaves, go to the best place that delivers on top brands like Ego, Toro, and Steel. You can also order online for curbside pickup or get what you need delivered today. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their lawn care.
Visit Randy and Jill Saunders or Kathy Thompson in Southern Pines or Seven Lakes.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
If you've been injured in a car crash, the personal injury lawyers at King Law Firm will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call King Law Firm today. The call is free, the consultation is free, the advice is priceless. King Law Firm, we fight to make it right.
Leasing is the risk-free way to get a new Toyota at Pinehurst Toyota. When your lease is up, you could actually make a profit, or you can just turn it in and walk away. Plus, you can get a nicer vehicle for less money. Find out more at PinehurstToyota.com.
We have a home at 225 Sainsbury Place.
Bring it.
We have automobiles.
Bring it.
I have golf clubs.
Bring it.
We have a trampoline.
Bring it.
I have jewelry.
Bring it. For all your home, auto, life, all your insurance needs, give us a call at 919-774-4440.
Come see us in person, 1720 West Edward Drive in Sanford, right beside Dexter Steakhouse.
North Carolina Farm Bureau is a proud sponsor of
Scholar Athlete of the Week Award.
All right, welcome back to the Zaxby's Coaches Show. Union Pines is cleared out of here, which means that it is time for Pinecrest and Coach Nick Eddins. How are you, Coach?
I'm good. I hope you are.
Good. I'm fantastic, man. So you're getting extra football. You guys with the big win this past weekend, 42-35 barn burner.
Yep.
Came down to the, basically last play. I think you guys scored with 22 seconds to go. Sounds about right.
That's correct. Yep.
Now you faced, when you look on paper and you look at the measurables, Ty Little, quarterback you guys faced this past weekend, doesn't necessarily jump out at you, but man, he's as good an athlete as we saw all season. I mean, what a ball player.
Yeah, tough quarterback, threw for a bunch of yards. Coach's son, and you could totally tell, the way he played the whole night. He ran the offense, and we saw that on film. We knew he was going to be good, and he had some weapons outside he could throw the ball to, and they had a good tailback and a big old offensive line. So, we had our work cut out for us. It wasn't. When I looked at the pairings on the first day, I was like, oh, that's not exactly who I was expecting to see, but, that's who we had to play, and fortunately for us, we were able to get a win.
Got it. Now, and I'm not joking when I ask this question. First round of the playoffs, would you prefer to be in a tight game that kind of tests your mettle, or do you rather have it on cruise control by the middle of the third quarter and get out of there with an easy W?
Well, of course, anybody, I got a few more gray hairs from Friday night, but going back to the Union Pines game, it was a tough, hard-fought game, and I was kind of glad it was that way going into the playoffs so we would understand what that felt like. And then, we got that and more from Laney. So, I like being in those games. It ends up being a strategy, and you see how the kids are going to pull through and pull for each other. And, so I was glad it was like that.
So this being first year, you're all the way in the postseason. Are there still things at the end of each Friday night where you step back and you see something on tape and you're like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't see that coming. You guys still surprising you?
Yeah. I mean, some of our kids are certainly, and then of course Laney threw some stuff at us that was a little bit different than we thought from watching the film study. So some adjustments we had to make, and our kids handled it well some, and some things they didn't. So that's just we're continuing to grow as we go.
Obviously, you've put your stamp on this program, but you inherited what you inherited. Player-wise, tradition-wise, the rest of that. If you defined your team, what would you say that your team, this particular year's squad, what are they known for? What does this team do?
I think we're tough. I think we can handle a lot of things. We got a lot of toughness and grit to us. We're physical up front. It kind of goes back to why we're tough, because our guys up front are so tough. So I mean, they've been able to handle a lot with a new coach and a new system and some tight ball games through our conference play and whatnot. So I just think we got a lot of toughness.
All right, got another home game coming up this weekend. Weather's on the way, so we've moved it to Thursday night. So if you're out there and you're coming out Thursday night, leading up into the Veterans Day weekend, 7:30 kick Thursday night at Pinecrest. Durham Jordan comes off a tight win against Jack Britt.
Right.
What's Durham Jordan bring to the table?
They're dynamic on offense. They run the inside-outside zone. They spread you out a bunch. The quarterback throws it really well. They throw the screen game. They throw the deep balls really well. And then defensively, they fly around. They give you multiple looks, play a lot of cover 2, cover 4, different things. They give you an even front, an odd front. So it's been a lot to prepare for, and especially a short week with one less day.
All right. Does the short week have any impact on whether you're going to try and out-scheme them or out-execute them?
Well, we hope to do both. But we just try to teach our kids, what they're going to see and what we want to run against it and whatnot, and just try to cram it in as much as we can before Thursday night at 7:30. So, just hope we go out there and execute really well.
All right. We'll be there. Given the way scheduling's working out, I was, going to have to pick a game because both of them were Friday night with Lee County. I hate missing playoff games, but this week, stinks that the games got moved. But I'll be with you guys on Thursday night. Then I'll be down in Wilmington with Lee County on Friday night or on Saturday night. And did Scotland move their game?
They moved it to Thursday.
Let's see if it was Friday. We're not going to cover the game, but I might go out there too. That'd be cool.
Right.
All right, Coach, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back on the other side and give away some hardware.
All right. Sounds good.
Jen Ritchie and her staff at Everything Pines can show you all the Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen, and Bass have to offer. A trusted real estate professional with over a decade of experience. Each client receives a customized marketing plan featuring professional photography, drone footage, and floor plans designed just for them. For more information, go to everythingpinespartners.com and check out one of the hundreds of reviews. Everything Pines, showcasing the Sand Hills.
All right, welcome back to the Zaxby's Coaches Show. The music is in my head. Anyway, Coach, got some superstars here from the Laney game this past weekend. You want to introduce these guys?
Yeah, well, right beside me, we got our special teams player of the week, Jalen Morgan, better known as Jay Bird. We got our defensive player of the week, Emilio Najim. Linebacker had 14 tackles Friday night, and then Don Bialer, our left guard, who had an assist, played really well, but had an assist on getting Jay Bird in the end zone, and the Wildcat one play jumped up off the ground, pushed him in. So these guys were players of the week this week.
All right, guys, any one of y'all can answer up, but what's your takeaway from Laney?
They're a good team. We started off really slow, but we finished. We got the win. That's all that matters.
All right, I asked Coach in the last segment how he would define this team. I don't think you guys were close enough to hear what he had to say. In a couple of words, how would you describe this year's Pinecrest ball club?
Real, like gritty, aggressive.
That's pretty much what he said. You
Get
got him on the
downhill.
same sheet of music, Coach.
That's
Good
right.
job.
Get downhill, run the ball, tackle hard, play fast. Work harder than everybody else.
All right. What do you guys see on tape getting ready for Durham, Jordan this week?
For defense, we see a lot of zone, tunnel screens, tunnel and go. It's really basic offense. Intercepting states are basics.
All right. You're going to see a lot in the screen game. Talk about your keys in the screen game. How do you read that?
So basically, for the front seven reading the line, they're going to kind of release and then go out towards the screen and we're just going to flow, so try to split them. And then for the DBs, it's more they're reading the receivers. They're going to give them their keys, which they'll try to fake block or either they'll run at you quick. And then for tone and go, they'll jog and then just release up.
All right, Coach, as far as the screen game goes, you see a lot of different concepts to defense the screen. A lot of teams want to keep everything in front of them. Others want to pack the box and dare you to kind of throw it over the top of that.
Right.
You have a specific philosophy, or you do a little bit of both, or?
I'd say we do a little bit of both. Our defensive line coach does a really good job teaching the screen to our defensive linemen. We've gotten better and better all year long. We had one in the Laney game where we played it so good, the quarterback ended up running back the other way and threw it to the running back he was faking to start with, because we played the real screen so well. So, we try to be somewhat aggressive on it and getting back over to it.
All right. Guys, anything you'd like to add about the Laney game or about this week's coming up? You haven't said a word yet, man. What do you got going on?
Not much. I don't know, what to talk about.
High school football would be a great start, but we could talk about, what's on the radio. We can talk about whatever you want. You got a minute and a half. Talk about anything you want.
The Laney game, they were really good. They were physical on the defense. Linebackers were really aggressive, hard flowing.
I'll ask you the same question I asked Coach. Would you have preferred a tight game like it was with the adrenaline pumping and with a minute to go in the game, or would you prefer to be up by 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter?
I love the game to be close.
All right, very good.
That's it.
Cool. Hoping for a good crowd this weekend. You guys, hey, we're hoping we have 3 or 4 more coaches shows. You guys keep winning. We'll be following you the whole way. Congrats on a big win, and good luck on Thursday night. I'll be there. And what should I look for from you guys from the play-by-play booth?
You should look for us to come out and compete on the highest level we can.
Give me something with meat on the bone.
Look for us to put some licks on them boys.
I like it.
And run that score up.
I'm gonna use that line. Put some licks on them boys at least 3 times. I promise you. You watch the telecast, see if I don't. All right, put some licks on them boys. We'll be on hand Thursday night. Coach, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with some more hardware and some more superstar football players. You're watching Zaxby's Coaches Show. I'm Chris. This is Coach.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. Hi, I'm David Fashee, and we are First Bank.
All right, welcome back to Zaxby's Coaches Show. Another group of football players out here with us today. Coach, this is from the Union Pines game. And for the players, before you get your introductions, I've told you'll say just about anything. So the Union Pines game, that's your sort of geographic rival. Mm-hmm. There's three high schools in the county North Port is a little bit too small to play with you guys. Union Pines, how much of a relationship do you and your fellow players have with the guys over there on the Union Pines ball club?
Some people on our team that grew up with them. Some people didn't. Personally, me, I didn't really grow up with the majority of them. Only know like 2 people from over there. Personally, me, I hate their guts. I don't like none of them. I don't like none people.
That's why I asked you that question. I think I'm going to ask you a couple more before we get through this segment. How many guys do you know on the Union Pine squad?
I don't know them personally, but I've played against them since elementary school. St. Optimist, middle school.
Okay.
I don't really know them personally.
All right, and you?
Yeah, since I'm only a sophomore, I don't really know many
Fair enough. See, I thought you – see, the Southern Lee County thing, those guys like – but I guess Moore County is a little bit more spread out.
Yeah.
Union Pines, game that was nip and tuck. You guys weren't able to pull away. I was able to watch some of that telecast. I was homesick. What was your impression of that game? How would you summarize it for people that didn't see the ball game?
We played terrible. I mean, both sides of the ball. I mean, no pointing fingers. I mean, yeah, offense can push the ball in, but I mean, defense could have got the ball back to them even more. I mean, defense still had their plays where we didn't play right, or we didn't, didn't really, like we missed a tackle, or coach called a blitz and we didn't fully blitz, or it was a coverage blown, you know. It was just a load of stuff. Like you can say like little stuff like last game, load of stuff got us hurt, got us beat real. Like that could have been our last game.
Okay, so you guys kind of a slow start to the season.
Yeah.
You guys hit conference play, ran the table in the conference, and one of the tougher conferences around, and won most of those games resoundingly. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of doubt left on the table. If anybody were to ask me, I thought there was a clear best team in the conference. It was you guys. And I'm not just saying that because I'm sitting here and I'm scared of you guys. I mean it. But with the coaching staff change, sort of the change in tradition over the last couple of years with an interim coach and all the rest of that stuff, what do you guys have left to do development-wise for the next couple of weeks? Where can you get better? Where can you still fine-tune and play at another level than what you've done up to this point? Or what we've seen is the best you guys got?
No, it's not the best we got. We got to tune up everywhere. Each side of the ball, even on the sideline, like everywhere. Like it's still a little bit of pointing fingers. It don't look, but it's still a little bit of pointing fingers. We gotta fix that. We gotta fix the ball movement. We gotta fix on defense, getting the ball to our offense. We gotta fix like shutting them off and just playing ball, and like just pushing the ball in the end zone. And defense need to focus on getting the ball back to them so they can score.
All right, so I'm gonna be with you guys Thursday night at this game. Give me some tips, play-by-play wise. What am I going to see? What should I have my eyes out for? Whether it's something you see on tape with Durham Jordan or with you guys, what should I be looking out for?
We're focusing on the running back this week. They have a really good running back. Passing game not as strong, but we're still ready for it. But I think if we shut down the running back, we win the game.
That's a pretty simple formula right there. All right, guys, anything else anybody'd like to add? Coach, did you ever even introduce these guys?
I didn't. We got Jaden.
Do that, man. It's been a long night already.
We got Jaden Baptist, our Defensive Player of the Week for the Union Pines game. Will Miller, Special Teams Player of the Week for Defensive Union Pines game. And Deacon Medwick, our Scholar Athlete, and plays safety for us also, does a tremendous job.
All right, you guys, this is the second round of the playoffs. What's your goal?
Keep going, survive.
Survive in advance? Yeah. All right, so we're going to be sitting back here next week talking about the win from this weekend?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll be there. I wish you the best of luck, guys. It's been fantastic. It's been a great year for you guys up to this point, but it isn't over yet. You guys got work to do. And the longer you go, the longer I get to bump my gums on a Friday night and then come out on Monday again. So keep it going. I'm excited for you. I cannot tell you, I can't overstate how excited I am that I get to do both of the games for our little footprint in the world, because that never happens in the postseason. It's always one or the other. So hopefully the weather holds. What's the forecast for Thursday? How bad is it going to be?
They're talking about a little bit of rain that evening, so we'll see. Our kids will be ready to play. We got plenty of towels.
All right. Well, the upside about moving that game to Thursday is it doesn't affect how long and far you have to travel. So
right.
Right. And it shouldn't be too bad for Durham. That's not too bad a hike. Too bad. All right, guys. Anything else you'd like to add? Congrats once again. Good luck this weekend. We will be on hand. Stay tuned. After this message, after we close out the show, Hope versus Pinecrest will be on Sanford. Say that again. One more segment, he says. So after the show is over, which is kind of what I meant to say, Hoke at Pinecrest will be on SanfordTV.live. So check that out. Good ball game. We will be back with one more segment, I'm told, and I do as I'm told. I'm Chris, this is Coach. We'll see you on the other side.
At Ace, your backyard is right in our backyard. So when you need to feed your grass, remove the weeds, or wrangle those leaves, go to the best place that delivers on top brands like Ego, Toro, and Steel. You can also order online for curbside pickup or get what you need delivered today. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their lawn care.
Visit Randy and Jill Saunders or Kathy Thompson in Southern Pines or Seven Lakes.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Legacy Commercial and Residential Construction. From concept to design, constructed to fit your lifestyle. We use only top quality finishes to make our house your home. Legacy Commercial and Residential Construction. The Sand Hills residential and commercial builder of choice.
All right, welcome back. Chris Delambert. This is Zaxby's Coach's Show. Coach Nick Eddins. Coach, we're setting a record tonight for the number of segments. I long ago lost count of the number of players and awards and all the rest. So if you would be so kind as to do the introductions so that I don't forget, and tell us what awards we got here.
We got our Offensive Player of the Week, Mason Conan, our quarterback from the Hope County game. Got beside you, got Jackson Watford, our Special Teams Player of the Week from the Hope County game. And on the left of Jackson is Marlon Harris, our Defensive Player of the Week from the Hope County game also.
All right, Hope County, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't see coming what you guys put on them. Hope County was a team that early in the season really got people's attention. Some real D1 type bodies, especially on the offensive side of the ball. So I'm going to start down here with defense. Talk about Ethan Wallace, William Avery, the bodies that they brought out there and those guys. What did you all do to neutralize them?
We just sized them up. We came down with a lot of power and just put them on their backs. That's what we closed it.
It's simple as that. All right. On offense, excuse me, a lot of responsibility. You guys do a lot of different things on offense. What do you think the strength of your game is at the quarterback position?
Man, that's a tough question to answer. I don't know. I think we're pretty well-rounded.
All right. So run first, throw first, leadership, all of it. You just kind of do it all equally excellently, right?
Yes, sir.
Perfect, man. Okay, perfect.
Yes, sir.
Special teams. How many different special teams do you play?
I just do one.
What do you play?
Kickoff.
Just kickoff?
Yes, sir.
All right. So it takes a special type of person on kickoff to run down the field at full speed with your head on a swivel. How would you describe that one thing that you have to be that guy to run down the field at full speed looking to hit somebody?
When the ball gets kicked off, you just got to keep your head up, keep going hard, because you get hit any second. So you just got to keep on going.
All right, very good. Coach, as you're putting your kickoff coverage team together in particular, what are you looking for in terms of the athletes that you're putting out there?
Well, we obviously want some guys that can run so they can get down there and, guys that aren't scared. They're not going to jog down and look to see what's hitting them. And, Jackson's one of those guys. He ain't worried about that. He's just going to run down as hard as he can and try to make the tackle. So, that's exactly, you're looking for 11 or 10, not including the kicker, but he'll run there too. But Jackson Watford, that's what we're looking for.
All right, fantastic. Guys, you got Durham Jordan coming up on Thursday night. I've asked the other two crews that came out here, what do you guys see from Durham Jordan on tape? What do you have to do on defense?
We just got to lock him up. Don't let him move the ball.
Is there any particular athlete jumps out of you on film and you're like, that's the guy?
No, they all just regular players.
Fair enough. On defense, anybody you can keep a special eye on those pre-snap reads, see where they're at?
Not really, no, sir. We're just going to go out there and ball.
All right, guys. So the goal, get through this week, survive. Is this a state championship Pinecrest team?
Yes, sir.
All right. That's the final word. Coach, anything else you'd like to add?
That's it. Thank you for having us.
All right. I'd tell everybody out there to go vote, but I think polls are probably closed by now.
I believe so.
I'm going to go find some place to take in the results. We're going to gather these Patriots behind us, and we'll get in one last shot. Guys, It's too early to congratulate you guys on a great season, but we got 3 weeks worth of superstars here, and hopefully we'll be back around for at least a couple more of these. Keep it going, guys. Congratulations on a great season so far, and here's to a great Thursday night. Durham Jordan doesn't know what they're in store for. I'm Chris. This is Coach Nick Eddins. Coach, always good hanging out with you. We'll see you in a couple of days. This has been the Zaxby's Coaches Show. Thanks to the folks here at Pinehurst Toyota for this beautiful facility. Thanks to all of our other sponsors. We will see you on the other side. Remember, Hope vs. Pinecrest will be on following this. Thursday night, 7:30 on campus at Pinecrest High School, and frankly, there is nothing better to do in Moore County on a Thursday night, so come check it out. It's always a great place to watch a ball game. I'll be there. You should be too. Peace.
Buy your next new or used car the way you want to buy with the Pinehurst Toyota Smart Buy program. Visit PinehurstToyota.com and choose or build the vehicle you want. Try the Pinehurst Toyota Smart Buy. It's the easiest way to buy your next new or used car.
If you've been injured in a car crash, the personal injury lawyers at King Law Firm will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call King Law Firm today. The call is free, the consultation is free, the advice is priceless. King Law Firm, we fight to make it right.
The Zaxby's Coaches Show, brought to you by Legacy Commercial and Residential Construction, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Zaxby's Friends, Family, Flavor. With your host, Chris Delambert, only on the NFHS Network. Brought to you by New Image Media.